Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We are Monday, November 17th, 2025, and I'm here to do a general collective reading. I hope you're having a beautiful day today, at least. It's a little bit cool here. It's okay, it's expected. We'll deal with it, right? Thank you for being here. I'm truly grateful to each and every one of you. I love you guys so very much. For the newbies, it is a timeless read. You're free to switch the genders and the roles if you need to. Not a problem. Just remember this is a general collective reading and take only what applies in your storyline and toss the rest. That's if it applies, okay? Because not every read's going to be for you, and that's okay. Thank you for joining me, though. I love you guys so very much. Let's see where Spirit wants to go with this. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, the highest white light. What's the message for the collective? Ooh, that flew. Just a second. Sorry about that. They will not change ever. This keeps coming up lately. Overarching energy. Somebody's a donkey. Spring. Something to do with last spring, or somebody was using you as a springboard or something. That's the underlying energy. Something happened in spring. Unexpected help is arriving. Money down the drain. Angel protection. Missed opportunity. 666, you're either dealing with the beast and or this is bringing back balance to a situation. Stiff competition. You could be a Virgo, somebody else is a Virgo, something happened in Virgo season, and you have strong psychic abilities. So somebody keeps repeating a bad pattern of behavior. I don't know what they keep doing, but you have intuition. You know who it is, and you know why they're doing it. You know when they don't think you do. I'm picking up somebody that likes to brag, toot their own horn, but you keep thwarting them. That's the funny thing. You know, they think they're all that, and they think that nobody knows I'm this great person, sneaky. You don't know what's going on. You damn well know what's going on here. They will not change ever. Just a jackass. Where are we going with this for the collective, please, Spirit? I like donkeys. This keeps coming out too. Safe haven, flame, home, sing and dance. Something to do with a home or being safe. Could be a fire sign, you or someone else. Bonfires might have something to do with it. I don't know. Safe haven, flame, home, or song, sing and dance. Might be the same old song and dance. There's change here. Okay, transformation, newborn, evolution. If there's a newborn in the picture, congratulations. This is transformative. Something's changed, or you are now the butterfly. You came out of the chrysalis, you know, went in as a caterpillar. This is evolution. We all have to evolve. We all have to ascend somehow, some way. This could be next spring. There's going to be change. Okay, it could be that way, or it was last spring. Something changed. Drinks. Liquor, coffee, tea, or water. Maybe you went out for drinks with somebody. Something to do with mirrors, reflection, reference, distinguish, and appearance. Somebody could be doing glamour spells, mirror magic. They want to look like you, or there's somebody that's always looking at themselves in a mirror. I know a lot of people like that. They can't get their face out of a mirror or out of their phone. You're high honor. Somebody wants to look like you so they could be deemed as high honor. Dignity, works, lineage, and awards. Somebody wants to have drinks with you or go for a coffee with you. But things have changed as of last spring, possibly. Or this could happen next spring. I don't know. Somebody wants your silence, or somebody that was silent. They didn't speak up for you, or somebody's trying to coax you to be silent, or somebody else to be silent. Keep silent, coercion, and hint. Yeah, I don't think so. Do what you will, but when somebody's expecting you to be silent, coercing you to be silent, there's a problem there, okay? They're stifling you. They will not change ever. And bonfire, where are we going? Oh, jeez. Oh, geez, no. Sorry. Where are we going? They will not change in bonfire. Where are we going, please, Spirit? Thank you. Somebody could have said you're a psychopath, or they are. I don't know. Abusive, conniving, and unpredictable. They could have said that about you, or it's about them. They are like that, so be careful. There's going to be an apology. They said these things about you. Arrogant, rash actions, and insincere. Now they're going to have a change of heart about you. Why? Because you're being protected. That's why. What the hell, Spirit? What's going on? I swear to God, on the top of my thigh here, I felt something ice cold. I don't know what the Spirit's trying to do. So somebody's ice cold, maybe? Freezing someone out. Protection, prevented from harm, divine intervention. I just did one read in the beginning. That's what it was, about something about turning ice cold. You're being protected, or they want your protection. They know you're being protected by Archangel Michael. They want that same protection. Somebody's daydreaming here. Head in the clouds, delusional, hopes and dreams. They brought a chaos and tried to bring chaos into your world. But they brought it into their world, right? Upheaval, disaster, and downfall. Toxic, drama, arguments, incompatible. They're exhausted. They exhaust themselves, I just heard. Burned out, burdened, and empty. You took time out to smell the roses, or this is what they want to do with you. Slow down, take some you time, get out into nature and laugh. That's maybe what you need to do. I don't know. Yep. Happiness, joy, and healing. You're going to be happy. You took some time out to be you. This is how they're feeling now. You're being protected. Some legalities are coming towards you. Lawyer, court, paperwork, antisocial here. In your feelings, or they're in theirs. Silent treatment left out. Yeah, you're glowing up. Congratulations. New opportunities, new career, successful business. And somebody was two-faced, and they still are. And they're longing for you. Double life, cheater, backstabber. They're going to tell you they miss you. Let's talk. Let's have a reunion. Let's have drinks. Let's have coffee. Right? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know about you, but I don't sit down and have coffee and drinks with my enemies. You know, they made themselves your enemy. You didn't make them. You know what I mean? You're not their enemy. They're yours. So they will not change ever. Bonfire and Psychopath. I keep getting a picture of somebody in front of a bonfire trying to burn things, papers or something like that. Ooh, 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 ooh. For maybe one or two, hopefully it's not even that. You might have been dealing with an out-and-out psychopath. Maybe you crossed paths with them a while ago in your life and you parted ways, so you thought that they've been keeping tabs on you and trying to fuck up your whole world ever since from the background. You're going to find this out. You might have found some paperwork about them at one point when you knew them, saying that they were a psychopath. They have to register with governments. It depends on where you live, but I know here in Canada, if you've been deemed a psychopath by any doctors, by a professional, they keep a file on you. They keep an eye on you. They want to burn your file. That's what it is. Wow. This is your frenemy. Some of you had friends with. You had a friendship with, or some sort of acquaintance with. Drunk and high. Facing bankruptcy. Or they could have put you through a bankruptcy. Something to do with your income or theirs. Somebody's fake flexing or trying to flex. Caught red-handed. Wow. Ignorant and rude. Best friends. This could be your best friend or somebody else's best friend. Evasive. Life insurance. Damn. Humble. You're going to be humbled here. Nothing to lose. Provoke. Homeless. Custody or child support. Confirmation bias. Hexing and cursing. Reputation. Intimidate. Crusade and hate train. So they started all this shit in your life, whether you realize it or not. You might need a lawyer. They could be a lawyer, or they're going to need one. Okay? Somebody's thirsty. You could be a tarot reader. Somebody else is, or you're definitely watching me. Somebody's shook or shocked at how accurate you are. I just heard. Cheating and a cheater. It's a reversal. Whatever they wanted for you is happening to them. This is a breach of ethics. So you're dealing with a lawyer. A psychopath. That's a lawyer. damn, they're going to have to settle with you, or the courts are going to have to settle with you because they were spying illegally, under surveillance illegally, and it backfired on them. Shit. Ooh, I'm getting a lot of visions in my head here. Okay, this is, I'm not saying this is my story, but I'm going to give you an idea as to what they're showing me, okay? I had dealings in court for custody and child fighting against my ex-husband, right? Fighting for custody of my child. And they hired a court-appointed lawyer appointed by the judge to investigate the parents, to see who's telling the truth, who's the best parent for this child, blah, 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 right? Because it's one thing to say things, it's another thing to actually be it. So they hired this woman, and she lied. She went out to dinner with my ex-husband, which they're not allowed to do. They're not allowed to show preferences. They're not allowed to be alone in a restaurant eating. You understand what I'm saying, right? It has to be above board. They have to show everything they've done and how many times. She didn't do her job on my side. She didn't interview any of my family, my friends, nothing. But created some sort of file on me that was bullshit. And gave the courts the recommendations against me. She even said it to my face, right? I went out to dinner with your husband and your child. If I had my way, you'll never raise your child. Your husband and I will be raising your child for you. You know, that kind of shit. And I thought, that's it. Somebody like that, this is court appointed. The stack, it's all stacked against me. I'm going to lose. But I had faith. Maybe this is an exercise in faith. Because at the end of the day, I told my lawyer, and he went to town. He tore a strip out of her on the stand. The judge stopped the proceedings, kicked her out of the courtroom. She lost her job. Every pending, because she's, part of the courts. Every case she was part of that was pending, lawyers were calling my lawyer asking what happened because, they wanted to toss everything out of court, right? God knows how many families she broke up and destroyed, or children's lives she destroyed. That's what they were showing me. Maybe you won a case against this person. Maybe they were shown to be, if it is a lawyer, they were shown to be not a very good lawyer. Maybe they got disbarred. Maybe they got charged. I don't know. And they want to take it out on you. I don't know. I know it sounds really out there, but somebody could have addictions. They could have said you had addictions. Somebody's frenemy. I don't know. Got together with some of your frenemies that told stories about you in a court of law. It could be custody. It did say custody, didn't it? It could be divorce. It could be a lawsuit of some sort. Everybody's story is different, but at the end of the day, somebody was lying. Somebody's a psycho. They could have said you were psycho for all we know. But then suing words. You know what I'm saying? They will not change ever. Bonfire, psychopath, and frenemy. I don't know. It seems to be different stories, or it's all a bunch of different people involved with this. I don't know. I mean, once you go into court with an ex fighting over custody, a lot of people get involved. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. Nobody wants to be involved, but you get suckered into it, right? She said, he said, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this is loss of children, loss of money. Okay, they said to put it out. Okay. So this was unrequited love and or giving out false misleading information, losing children, losing money. Somebody's stuck. They don't know what to do. No contingency plans. Somebody's taking action. This is conscious awareness. Trying to stop your manifestations. Trying to stop somebody from taking action against them. These could be professionals that came up against you based off of lies and really made your life and your children's life miserable. You might be able to sue them. Somebody's taking action. You're very focused. Yeah, they can't get away from this. They're in trouble. Okay, they're in hot water. It is what it is. Somebody was very satisfied with breaking the law, causing an imbalance in your life. Okay, wish fulfillment. They cut corners. They did things illegally. You are innocent. There might be an apology coming here, or it's something to do with children. Okay, you foresaw this. I don't know. You're moving forward. You're preparing. You're prepared. Okay, it could be a child that's preparing, a child at a distance. It could be you and your partner live very far away. You're prepared. You're not looking back. You're moving forward. Yeah, that you're prepared to fight. You're preparing. Big cluster. That's what I heard. Yeah, all that glitters isn't gold. People are seeing through the illusions here, breaking free, running out of options. They can't cover this up anymore. Yeah, they see it. You see it, or other people see it for what it is. This is seeing clearly what this is. Okay, no more. You're not in denial, or somebody else can't deny this. There's no mental conflict. There's no more stalemate. You're not afraid to make a decision, or somebody else is getting ready to make a decision about this. They don't have a choice. Okay? Yeah, overcoming, persevering, putting up boundaries. Somebody's very paranoid, very defensive. Yeah, it's a parting of ways. They're grieving and regretting over, crying over spilt milk. This is very disheartening, I just heard. Something to do with family, breaking in a home, and stability. I don't know what this is. 5 of Cups in the upright. This is a lot of emotional wounding. A lot of battles here, okay? It's not your first rodeo, I just heard. It's a lot of battles. Maybe you're in and out of court. All these fucking liars coming up against you. This sounds like maybe your ex is a psychopath. Could be a lawyer, I don't know. But they keep getting people to come up against you. Paying people to do shit against you. Oh, that flipped out. Let's put that back in. If it's meant to come out, it will again. Cards are going crazy right now. Some of you might get drunk or high to apologize to you. It's going to be a bogus apology. Yeah. This is reckless. Knight of Swords. This is a crime. This is a lot of abuse. They got found out they endangered other people. Maybe people in their circle are getting mad at this person because they compromised them. They might be getting sued or arrested. Yeah, something to do with family. Long-term family stability, long-term family or relations. It's coming to an end, though. It's a 10. 10s are completions. This could be done generationally. Maybe your parents went through this and their parents. This is long-term stability, a lot of money. They lied. They were targeting you. They were jealous and they were abusive. This could be generational abuse. Okay, lots of abuse. Maybe your parents went through this and their parents. Okay, custody, fighting, divorce, whatever, abuse. A lot of fighting words here. Okay, it's a lot of abuse and jealousy, pettiness and cruelty. And the truth is out. They just got to face their fears, face their shadow. They can't hide this anymore. They lied about you, okay? You're talking shit. There's a lot of emotional, mental, verbal, and psychological abuse. You're playing friggin' games here. Somebody's making a head-over-heart decision, weighing options. You're still you're still balanced, okay? You're in alignment no matter what. This might be a blessing in disguise at the end of the day. Because just to give you an example, what I went through with these people in a court of law, at the end of the day, it was a blessing in disguise for me because she got caught out and I won custody, full custody, okay? So at the end of the day, you might not have to deal with this prick ever again or this bitch ever again. Male or female, doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, every dirty little deed is coming out. So they'll never be able to say anything in a court of law against you ever again. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they went down. They went down low, dirty. It's being seen as a waste of fucking courts. Yeah, it's a tower. They weaponized the courts against you. It's a tower. Yeah, this is wish fulfillment for you. This is divine intervention. You're being protected here. Congratulations. This can be bringing back balance to a situation. This is going to give you a lot of time to heal, bring balance to a situation. Might be on the news. Who knows? Divine intervention. You're being protected here. Yeah, this is over. Maybe they're trying to unalive you. Damn. Because somebody was jealous, vindictive, vile, spiteful. This is fraud and theft. They don't want to lose their money. They don't want to lose their stability. Male or female. So they want to take you out. Good for them. Somebody that's harebrained, I just heard. Harebrained. False contract. Could be a false life insurance. This is a one-sided deal. Lovers in reverse. They're reaping the consequences to the poor decisions. Yep. Talking mad shit about you. Maybe they're doing spell work against you. This is unwise counsel. Lack of awareness. Somebody could be sleeping around. This is somebody who's really down, really dirty. Like I said, very down and dirty. Secrets are not coming out. Yeah, they were bragging and showing off here. This is victory, success, reward, recognition. They said something on public record that was untrue. So they bore false witness. They're covering something up. See that big horse blanket? The green one looks too big for the horse. Horse looks very uncomfortable. So this was a big cover-up of some sort. And they were sitting on top of it. Look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm the winner. Really? They're mad. Yeah, now they're worried. They can't eat or sleep. They're really burdened. Yeah, you know, this is a betrayal. They betrayed their people. They tried to betray you. This is a harsh and painful end. It's an ending of a cycle. The worst is over. Distorted masculine or feminine. This is a bully, a tyrant. They're up their own ass, okay? They have no authority, got their authority taken away. They bent to public pressure. This was abuse of authority. In their ego, in their pride. Very, very distorted. Making allegations and accusations that were unfounded. They can't defend themselves. They didn't defend you sufficiently, maybe. They're feeling overwhelmed, defeated. They could have been attacking you verbally, spiritually, or physically. I don't know. I hope not. Yeah, they're getting karma. They can't block this. They can't stop this. They're trying to cause delays and setbacks. They can't. They're trying to stall something. They can't. There's no more fighting. They're going to have to overturn something. This is karma. So if they said something on public record, striking the record, yep, this is financial ruin, spiritual jail. Whatever they wanted for you is going to happen to them. Yep, judgment went against them or will go against them. It could be past, present, future. This is lack of awareness, acceptance, and accountability. No second chances. This is karma. Ill-gotten gains for sure. They can't harvest from you. End of the line. They can't go any further. Misappropriation of funds, maybe. They can't pay you or they're out of money. I don't know. They have to relocate if this is your home that you're fighting over. They don't want to pay. So if you have children, they don't want to pay. They just rather have the child and ignore them, put them in front of the TV and fuck off. Good for you. Good. I'm so happy they're not getting the kids. End of the road. This is a big fail. They don't want to give you the money, the wife or the mother. Okay? Or you could be a male. This could be you. It could be two males, I just heard, for some of you. But you're stable and secure. They can't restrict you any longer. They're not going to keep you stuck in your head. They have to cooperate and work together. They're going to have to release something. This is a contract. A contract's a contract. They're going to have to follow the contract to the letter of the law, I just heard. You know your value and your worth. You're stable and secure. They didn't want you to be stable and secure. They don't want... They think that... Okay, just say... I went through this. Just say the kids are with you. Or the child's with you. This father or this mother thinks that whatever monies they give to you, you're going to use on yourself. And you're laughing at them. No. Kids are fucking expensive. Okay? Even if they don't see what you're spending on. Mortgage, rent is expensive. Electricity is expensive. Food and water is expensive. Soap and dentists and clothes are expensive. Food is expensive. School supplies is expensive. Gasoline is expensive. After school activities and sports are expensive. Toys are expensive. Do you understand what I'm saying? It costs money. Where are you going to, you know, they might give you $50 a week. Where's that going to go? Diapers and a bag of milk. Wow. I say bag because I'm Canadian. We have bag milk here. But you know what I'm saying. If they have any medications or anything like that that they need, they don't get it. They just think that, oh, I'm giving them $50. This is my ex-husband. I'm giving her $50. What's she going to do with the $50? Go out and have fun with $50? Give me a fucking break. $50. You're stable and secure. Okay? Yeah. You got away from this idiot just in time. They were lying, cheating, and door stealing. They're still trying to get from you. Because you're stable and secure, they want to take something from you. They don't think they should have to pay you because you're already stable. I need money for me. I need money to go and party and get drunk and high. That's what they claimed you took the money for. Give me a break. They're still trying to strategize a way to escape a situation. Maybe reconcile with you. Or you're the one that got away and you came out on top of things. Congratulations. You've healed. You're very balanced. You're very peaceful here. You found peace in your life. So it's a peaceful home for you. Or for the kids. They had an opportunity to make peace with you. To bring this to a close a lot sooner. The peace lilies. And they chose not to. Okay. Okay, so this, whomever this is, you left them. This is reminding me, it's not my story, but it's very similar. Because you left them, because of what they were doing to you, how they treated you, how they treated the kids, it wasn't there anymore. Whatever this is, they have addictions, whatever this was, you left. You're the one that got away and maintained your balance and equilibrium, okay? Because you didn't go back to them, they're wanting to punish you now. So it sounds like a cycle. Yeah, because they wanted you to come back. And they kept doing something over and over again. And they didn't want to learn a lesson. So they don't want to move. They don't want you moving on. This is unfinished business. They wanted to keep this going in the courts. Truth and clarity. Maybe they're claiming paternity. I'm not the father now if you're a female. But this is truth and clarity. You're happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. You were speaking the truth all along. You are the trusted one. Yeah, they're finding out that you were speaking the truth all along. There's an investigation. And you're going to be happy that it's over. It could be court personnel looking into this. Okay, somebody's reckless, careless, and foolish. They took unnecessary risks. Yep. This is somebody that was having casual hookups or doing spell work against you, or they never wanted to support you and the kids to begin with. Yeah, this is not much of a father figure. If it's a father figure, if it's a female, they're drunk. Okay. They're very emotionally manipulative. They're ruthless, careless, malicious, and cruel. Okay. Emotionally unavailable, immature, self-serving, and self-absorbed. Now they're crying. They're crying in their beer or whatever they drink. Okay, very much. Could be a grandfather, father figure, generational abuse on children. That's how they grew up. So what? My father's abusive. Look at me. I'm okay. No, you're a psychopath. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're going to have to end this. Drop this fucking false narrative of you. You're unbothered. It's not going to happen anymore. This is ending a cycle. No more burdens for you. They just didn't want to be burdened. That's what it is. They want to be right, but they don't want to be burdened with, saddled with responsibilities and having to do this, that, and the other thing. They just want to keep it going to be a thorn in your side. But they really don't want these burdens. Yeah, could be they try to devalue you. Wanting power and control over you. Could be a doppelganger, very chaotic, toxic energy. Wanting power and control. Devalue you. Disempower you. Make you take all the brunt of all of this. But you're unbothered. Nah, they could have wound up with a doppelganger, pretending to be you. They're praying, contemplating, strategizing. What is this? They're needing to heal. They're praying you're coming back. They're stuck. Feeling stuck or trapped. Maybe they're going to get arrested for contempt of court or something for devaluing a parental figure here. Trying to take your voice and your your rights away. Somebody's in their emotions. They might be going to jail. I don't know. Stuck in their head. They call that love. It's not love. They're unfaithful. They can't come correct. You can't rely on them. They're non-dependable. They're lazy. That's the truth. They just don't want to pay you. That's the truth. Yeah. There's a lawyer, doctor, therapist, somebody speaking on your behalf, or this is you or somebody else. Archangel Michael protecting you. Something's coming in quick here. Somebody did something too quick. This is too much of a flighty person. They could be losing their temper quite easily, although this is more passion than anything. But, you know, flighty. They're not thinking before they act. Yeah, so somebody did something flippant in a court of law. It could be a lawyer. An ex that's a lawyer. They're going to be arrested. Poor decision. They're reaping the consequences. Somebody's assessed the situation. You might hear something about it. You might get some communication here. False communication. They were submitting false communication. Yeah, somebody's going to take some action. Could be some sexting or something like that. They're claiming it's yours. Somebody's taking action. False contract, ending a third-party situation, collaboration, not getting along. This is something backfired. Okay, they can't build off of this. Okay, this is backfire. Suppose you're a player that no morals, no ethics, this is cutting their losses. They were greedy. They didn't want to let go of you. They were greedy and selfish. Trying to hold you back from leaving. Unbelievable. Alrighty. So you gathered some information. Holding on to this child because you parted ways. You don't trust this person with your child or children. I don't blame you. They don't want to pay. They're holding back payments. Not wanting to take a practical approach. Something to do with tarot. Maybe you're doing tarot or they're paying for tarot to find ways of how they can hold back from you. Keep you from going towards where you're meant to go. Keep the kids. Yeah, you have to pay you. You're very brilliant here. You're unafraid. You're taking the right steps. You're a leader. You're very confident. You got to sell the home maybe. This is somebody that was non-committal. The party's over. Devil energy. Lots of abuse, okay? This is a gold digger and a cloud chaser. This is an ex willing to do whatever it takes to win with their friends. They're celebrating this with your family or their family. Chariot moving forward. But they did something against the law here. Could be the popo coming. They wanted a life of luxury off your back. They wanted to prove you were unstable, not trustworthy. Somebody's scared. They're trying to intimidate you. Somebody's working here. They compromised their job. They're going to be left out in the cold. They're feeling sorry for themselves. They wanted you to feel left out in the cold, missing them. No, you don't miss them. This is all done behind your back. You put a cap on this cup of love. They wanted, maybe you're missing your kids. I get that. You put a lot of work into yourself. You've mastered your emotions. You're very successful. You know, it is what it is. You put a lot of work in. You know, when the courts say you got to do this, that, and the other thing, do it. Okay? Don't argue. I learned the hard way. Even if you don't agree with what they're saying, if you go against them, it's just going to make things worse on you. It just shows that you're not willing to take on their suggestions, blah, 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 blah. Listen, you just do what you must, okay? I'm not a therapist, I'm not a lawyer, but do what you have to do. This is a wreath, okay? Sorrow over a loss. Needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. Dog far away, a distant friend is thinking of you. A fan, romance, celebration, and a party. And funnel, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Pardon me. Table, hard work ahead. And chain of events that will affect your life. You could have thought you tabled this. They're going to have to put something on the table now to offer you. But this is an offer that'll chain you to this person forever. So you're going to have to think twice. Horse, short journey. Bouquet, compliments from an admirer. Somebody's trying to sext you or text you or something like that. And claim that you're doing that to somebody else. Tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. Owl, good advice from a wise person. And a butterfly yet again, change for the better. And feather, someone you know is undependable and insincere. There could be a friend, flowers, happiness. You're going to be happy at the end of the day, but it could be a friend that they sent your way, a mutual friend, yours or somebody else's that's working you. Be careful, okay? So pleasure with a close friend. They could have said that. This close friend could have said they got you into bed or you got them into bed, trying to paint this false picture of you, warning you of a problem either now or in the future. So they can point the finger and say, see, I told you that person did that. Oh, they have an old friend, yours or theirs, to say that you broke up their marriage. You're the one that was cheated, not them. Parting of the ways in neither romance or business. You're the cause of this. They're trying to make you look like a psychopath. You'll be shown the way. And you're going to be successful at the end of the day, okay? Just pay attention to your health, okay? It's great worry over nothing, because at the end of the day, great good fortune's coming your way. And it's going to be family sorrows. It's hard for everybody involved, okay? That's the end of your family sorrows. Let's put it that way. At least that's hope. This person's going to be put in their place with all their lies, all their game playing. There's a lot of game playing I'm picking up. And this is so unfair, unnecessary. Because they're just, you know what, wasting money, time, weaponizing the courts against you because they can't measure up as a human being, as a decent human being. You left them for a damn good reason. And I don't know much about psychos, psychopaths. I know about narcissism now because I had to deal with them. But I don't know. Like, if you slight a psychopath, do they... Well, I guess they're all like narcs, right? I heard that psychopaths and sociopaths are all narcissistic, and they have narcissistic tendencies, but not all narcissists are psychopaths or sociopaths. So I guess, yeah, because you left them, oh yeah, they're burning, right? Got a burning urge to sink you at the end of the day. They will not change ever, so you know that. Something to do with spring. This is going to be ending by spring, or last spring it ended. Or kicked off. I don't know. There's change here. Transformation, newborn, evolution, and a bonfire. Safe haven, flame, home, sing, and dance. So you're safe and you've evolved. You've ascended. Something's transformative here, bringing you into safe haven. Maybe a new home. I don't know. So there's going to be an apology, arrogant, rash actions, and insincere. This person's psychopathic, or they called you a psychopath. Abusive, conniving, unpredictable. Somebody's drunk or high all the time, they claimed you were, and there's a frenemy involved, yours or somebody else's. Again, I apologize. It's all over the place. The energy today, I can't help it. I did one before that. It was all over the place, too. Maybe I'll just take a day off. I don't know. We'll see. See what comes out now. How are we ending this for the collective? This is you. Yeah. This could be you or somebody you're dealing with, too. Main significator for women or a lover. Fatality. They wanted you gone. Ending misfortune. You're ending this misfortune. Termination and grief. There's going to be some grief here, maybe, or I don't know. There's change. Definite change. Transformation. Flexibility. Relocation. Goodbye. There's a meeting here. Romance, friendship, good luck, and harmony. Somebody wants to meet up with you. I think they know that they're in trouble, and if anything, they want to come. They want you to come back. Accept their bogus excuses or stories. Drop something. Let them have the kids. I don't know. Expectation. They're expecting, or somebody could be expecting, hope, aspiration, longing, and patience. They want to take from you, okay? This is an energy vampire. They want you to come back into bed with them. Tenderness, sexuality, relationships, fertility. Or they could have gotten you in bed and got pregnant. This could be a female psychopath. Please, please, please take that child away then. Lady. Beauty, empathy, joy, caring, advice. This could be you or somebody else. Or this is a third party that got in between you and your ex. Military person, you or someone else. Responsibility, discipline, rules, and structure, and imprisonment. Somebody's going to jail. Constraints, limitations, secrets, and misfortune. This male, the significator. So there's a main female, there's a main male. Main significator for if you're a man. It's you going to jail, or they're going to jail, or this is your lover that's going to jail. Somebody wanted to be rich off of your unalive here. Idealism, ambitions, business, favorable luck with this marriage. So listen, I just got it. Okay. Marriage, relationship, union, marriage and connections, and house, home, family roots, identity, and stability. Pardon me, they want me to shut up. I'm not going to. This is something they've done before. They have an ex that passed on. Life insurance. Got the kids, but don't take care of the kids. This is a psychopath, okay? They're looking to make more money off of you. This is a scam artist. This is a murderer. Be very careful. It's coming out in the wash. They got homes out of this, or they expecting to get more homes. I don't know. That's their identity. That's how they gain their stability, is off the lives of others. That's their job, occupation. Something to do with lawyers, too. They could be a lawyer, but they're making way more money than they should as a lawyer by unaliving their partners, spouses. They could have done it before. I don't know how many times. Once is too many times. It could be a female. They're very abusive. See, he's got a mark on his cheek. She could get handsy if it's a female or a male. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, I'm not going to go there. That's just too much information. It has no bearings on this. It could be somebody that's identity fluid. I don't know if that means gender fluid. Could be trans as well. It doesn't make a difference. I know. It doesn't make... Honestly, it doesn't matter what you choose to do with your private life behind closed doors, blah, blah, blah. It's your heart that counts, and what you do with your life and how you treat others. This person does not treat others very nicely. Let's get the angels on this. They're expecting. Somebody's expecting. They're expecting money, expecting you to drop off, or they're expecting a baby. God forbid. Kalial. Oh, boy. So in the regular deck, that is justice. Innocence is all around you. This is not the time for confrontations, but for truthful revelations. Sabnok. Consider your talents. How can they help you overcome any obstacles in your way? Ial. Knowledge of mysteries will come easily. Positive changes on the horizon. So something beautiful is happening. Whoever this is, ooh, this is a shrub, an empty. You know what? You could have a child or children. They're sick of mom and dad, or mom or dad drinking. They could have dumped out their booze one time. Yeah, time is up. Mumia. All things must come to an end. This ending will be a good one. So it's good for you and the kids or the child, okay? At the end of the day. Prepare yourself to win. You've got friends in high places, even if you don't know it. Can you tell the truth all day? Try out an exercise of telling the truth. Okay, wake up in the interim. Wake up the intention in your heart. Keep your desires in the forefront of your mind. So you're telling the truth all day long. Can they? I doubt it. They're going to get caught. So this is get ready to win. I'm so happy for you. I got chills because it's reminding me of how low I felt going through this process in a court of law. I thought, oh boy, I'm not going to win. How can I win with all these lies and all these people going against me? I even had my best friend writing a bullshit statement against me because I refused to be her friend any longer. She didn't even know my ex-husband. She called him up out of the blue and said, let's go get her. You know, they teamed up against me. And there's more to it involved, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, I had all these things coming up against me. No one's standing up for me. And at the end of the day, I wound up winning. Because it was the truth, the God's honest truth. I wasn't trying to lie. I wasn't trying to make up make stories worse than they actually were. It was the God's honest truth. And he made it worse by, going there. You know what I mean? He made himself look bad. Even the judge had to chastise him a few times in the courtroom as to how he looked, how he comported himself, how he dressed, him being late, him not giving a damn. It's just bullshit. Not to mention throwing out every witness he ever had, because they all were proven to be liars on the stand, including this person that was court appointed. I tell you, I thought I was going to lose my child to a very abusive parent, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know what I was going to do. And then, lo and behold, God came through to me. That's all I had was the truth and God, my prayers. So just know that if this is your situation, my heart goes out to you, okay? Because I know exactly what you're going through. Don't give up hope. It looks like by spring, it's going to come to an end. I hope so, for your sake anyways. And for the baby's sake, if you are expecting, just take it easy. You don't need the stress, okay? The baby doesn't need it. If they're expecting, oh my gosh, what can I say? I don't know. I feel sorry for the babes, okay? Good luck, and until next time, take care.